Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you are returning and if you are new, welcome. Happy to have you today. So I just have 3 quick DIYs inspiration for you. One is an all year round and the other are 2 Valentines. So for this one, I am using a heart from the Dollar Tree. I gave it 2 coats of Waverly white chalk paint, and then 2 coats of Waverly Moss and Waverly Celery chalk paint. And I'm kind of giving it two-toned. What you don't see me doing is damping the brush, but I did that. And I'm doing the top with the moss, and then the bottom I'm going to do that with the celery. And I'm just painting the bottom, and then I'm going to flip that around and just brush the strokes on into the moss. And after I did that, I didn't like too much of the moss, not the moss, the celery. I didn't like too much of the celery, so I flipped it around and gave it a little bit more moss. And here we have this. Now this welcome sign, I've used this in another project, in another video. I prefer sometimes, not all the time, to just trace and use it as a stencil. So that is what I did for this. And then I'm going in with some black Waverly chalk paint. And here we have our welcome sign all painted on. And then I went in now with some Mod Podge, and then my heat gun for quick drying. And now it's time for embellishment. So I'm making a little bow using this ribbon, burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm happy you could join me today. Here on my channel, I do DIYs on a budget, dupes, look for less, thrift flips, and some occasional Dollar Tree hauls. I work full-time, so my upload schedule is all out of whack, but I usually try to upload once per week and more whenever I'm participating in collaborations, which I absolutely enjoy doing. So if you like budget-friendly DIYs like this video and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing before you leave, and be sure to hit that notification bell and select all so YouTube notifies you whenever I upload new videos. And also like, comment, and share this video because it really helps the YouTube algorithm to recommend and suggest my videos to more viewers like yourself. Here I'm just using some leftover leaves from one of Dollar Tree's floral pick, and I just cut the leaves in 2, or took off the stem, and I'm using 2 pieces, and I just glue those down. And I'm now making the tail for the bow. And how I like to do it, which I found myself doing quite a lot, is to make the tails separate. Just squish one end of both pieces and glue those on, and that has worked for me. And then I took my lace ribbon and made a smaller bow and glued that on top. And this laser cut rose is from a pack from the Dollar Tree. Glued that on, and this DIY is now done. I didn't like how the back was looking, so I traced out a piece of brown paper and used some Mod Podge to glue that on, and then use this 2-in-1 Mod Podge roller. This is also a plaid product. And then just use a sanding block to sand off the excess from the edges. it, you can have this in your home all year round. I just love how the two colors blended in together. So now we're on to DIY number 2. This is a Valentine heart hanging sign from the Dollar Tree. I just took the rose off, removed the word love, and used the scraper tool to remove the excess paper and glue. This is some glue gun that I'm using to see if I could get off some of the glue, which was very difficult. Sanding it down and wiping it off didn't do much of a difference, so I just decided to leave it. So now what I'm gonna do, I took my ruler, and just to cover the areas that I removed the word love and removed the flowers, I'm going to be painting those out. So I took some painter's tape and just to cover or to highlight where I wanted to paint. Once I had that done, I'm using some Waverly chalk paint in the shade of Ivory. I thought at first that the Ivory would have covered it, but because the surface was so smooth, whenever I tried to put more on, it was lifting the coat that was already there. So I went in again with a second coat just to brighten that up a little bit. And then when I looked at it, I said, no, this is a little bit too white. So then I went in with some Moca from Apple Barrel, another plaid product. I'm a proud plaid ambassador. And once I got that on, I then just used the heat gun again to dry that for quick drying. Now I'm removing the tape. Now for this section, you can add whatever else you want to add. I thought at first, well afterwards, that I could have used the same welcome sign and just put that there, but then it did not occur to me at the time. So, but you can definitely do that. You can add whatever word or message you want to add there. So I took the same rose that I removed earlier, glued that back on, and made a small bow with these ribbons from the Dollar Tree and glued on one of the laser cut hearts on top of that. I didn't show that part because I thought I was filming, but the video had stopped. And here we have it. And off camera, I took some jute twine and just cover the lines where the lines met. And now we're on to DIY number 3. Now this one is one of those signs from the Dollar Tree again. I just removed the hanging tag, and I went in with some white Waverly chalk paint. And this is a love hanging sign, which I'm going to be removing one. And then I painted this black with some Apple Barrel acrylic paint, dried that. Going in now with some Cameo pink from Apple Barrel, painting the love in the middle. And then I took my brush. I started out with the brush, but then I felt that this tool worked much better, so I went in with that and just gave some dots to the black section. Dried it. Now these little sticker dots from the Dollar Tree, at first I thought I was going to be needing all of those, but then I changed my mind. I just painted those black with some of the black paint, put those on, and then went in with some Mod Podge to seal the paint in. This is some wood glue from the Dollar Tree. I also used some hot glue for quick hold, and this is Mod Podge that I'm using to just go over the heart because I didn't do that before. And then here I took my black Sharpie and I'm just outlining the word. I think that made it pop a little bit. And then I'm taking some of these ribbons again, made a little messy bow with one of these pink laser cut heart and placed that on top. And then I decided, oh, this needed something else. So I went back with the black Sharpie to give it some stitch lines, and this is done. So there you have it, guys. Easy, budget-friendly DIYs. One you can keep in your home all year round, and the other two are Valentine's DIYs. But let me know in the comments which of these are your favorite. And if you like content like this, I suggest this video or this playlist. And stay safe until next time. Bye.